I want to touch on a little bit the weight loss and what's realistic and what are you really losing during this 21 days? Is this sustainable weight loss, or are you just getting rid of waste that could build up again?
Oh, let's talk about weight loss. I got some really important stuff that people are going to have to get, especially fasting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So,
you have the floor. There's a record button on.
you're going to lose water. You're going to lose salt. A lot of people lose a lot of salt because we have a lot of bad salts in our body, and people can have up to 5 pounds of salt just sitting in their body.
Okay.
And you're going to release a lot of salt, bad salts, a lot of water. You will, lose fatty tissue. And if your body, for whatever reason, even though this is a short-term cleanse, it's 21 days, if it goes really deep, really fast, and see what happens is the moment we start putting in superior elements into our body, and like let's say we built ourselves up on just tons of starch and red meats and processed foods and all that stuff, that's what our bodies are built out of, right? That's what we've given it for whatever amount of time, right? And the moment we start putting in fruits, vegetables, nuts and seeds, organically grown foods, things like that, it recognizes the consistency of this. It goes into detox mode and it'll throw out all that old tissue, everything you're built out of. So, I went down to like 135 pounds. Everybody thought I was really sick.
Mm-hmm.
And I was working with Dr. Vishy, and he's like, no, your body's rebuilding itself. Mm-hmm. You're going to go way down and then rebuild itself. So if for some reason somebody on this program, their body goes really deep, really fast, because everyone's biochemical response to this is different, and we can never figure out why. Some people will go on a juice cleanse for 30 days and they lose 5 pounds, and other people go on it and they lose 30 pounds, and they're
right.
like, they're like, what's the deal? It's always different like that. But if for some reason your body goes really deep, really fast, and you're even losing muscle mass and stuff like that, it's most likely your body rebuilding itself. So,
okay.
And what exactly gets released, it's hard to know. And yes, once this loosens up, there could be 10 to 15 pounds of crap just in your intestine. Though that's an extreme number. But I'm saying that could be it.
How awesome would it be if I had 10 pounds of crap in my intestine?
I really doubt you have that. But
I don't, but I
we have
wish.
seen that before. You wish. We've seen that
before. I
before.
don't need to lose weight, but that's
an extreme number. I'm kind of just putting that out. But no, you could have anywhere from 5 to that much.
Right.
And in really extreme cases, like medically documented cases, people have had like 20, 30 pounds of stuff in their intestine. Now, speaking of weight loss, when you go back to eating, see, you gotta admit, whenever you do any type of fast, especially a long one, this one is only 7 days on fasting. That's perfect. That's a great introduction to do this, because what's happened is a lot of people got into juice feasting, and they've done these 30 to 90 day juice feasts.
Mm-hmm.
And then they went back to eating their usual diet. Now, most of these people, their usual diet is raw foods.
Right.
So they ate a raw food diet, they lost weight, and then they did a juice feast, they lost more weight, and then they started eating raw foods again. And the same raw foods that made them lose weight when they went off the standard American diet is now making them gain excess weight, especially if you were heavy first. Because when you go on a juice fast, and even when you eat raw foods for a long time, you become more calorically efficient than you were before, so you don't need as much food.
Yes.
This is what Dr. Vishy's whole systematic under-eating thing is all about. A lot of people are like, under-eating, what is that all about? It's making your body have the same levels of energy on less food, because it basically adapts to whatever we're doing. So you can do that, and the less food you eat, the longer you live, and there's all these longevity studies and all that. But so what happens is when you go on a raw food diet for a little while, and like even if you go back to eating I don't know, let's say like chicken and rice or something like that, or whatever, like all of a sudden you will start to gain weight back again. Now after 21 days it's not going to be dramatic,
right.
But the more cleansing you do and the more fasting you do, if you get into this, you have to upgrade your diet. You have to upgrade.
Now, and that is my hope. I hope people aren't going to go back to whatever diet that they were following before, because I think a lot of these people, especially coming from my audience, are coming from a standard diet.
Right, yeah.
So I'm hoping that at least this will initiate small changes when they go back to a regular diet, whether they're doing it for weight loss or not. And that's what happened with me. Now, I found personally, when I switched my diet to eating mostly raw, I do eat a lot less, and my energy levels are greater. I'm definitely eating a lot less calories. I have to be. And I was afraid that I've somehow tricked myself into not eating enough. I'm sleeping less, where I was sleeping 8 to 9 hours, and I required 8 to 9 hours, or I was a complete mess. Now it's 6 to 7 hours. I spring out of bed. I feel fantastic. I eat some fresh fruit in the morning, or whatever I'm eating, if I have a couple eggs sometimes, and then I'm good. My energy is steady. I don't have like peaks and valleys throughout the day. So is that what's happening?
That's to be
Am I
expected with
requiring
healthy
less food?
Yes, your body's becoming more calorically efficient because you're cleansing it out as you're getting into, because you're exercising, you're eating all the raw fiber and good foods and the good quality eggs that you're making. So, so your body's becoming more calorically efficient, and the food is more nutrient dense too.
Okay.
So you need a lot less of it. You know, when we eat at a lot of fast food restaurants, there are calories in there, but there's nothing in there. I mean, there's really no nutrition in there. You know, when you go and you're eating like all these different salads, and there's seaweeds in there, and there's avocados, and all these different greens and vegetables, and there's such an abundance of enzymes and nutrients and minerals, and you're really nourishing yourself with that food, so you're going to need a lot less of it.
Because I couldn't imagine a year ago when I was going to the gym, eating blueberries, cherries, banana, apricots, a salad, a green juice, and that giving me enough energy to work out, run my household, take care of the kids, and then get 6 or 7 hours of sleep on top of it. I never thought that would be able to. I was eating a ton of food, a lot of calories, every single day. And now, I could have a banana, and I'm not starving myself. I always feel satisfied. I don't get that hunger where it's like, oh, I'm so hungry, I need to stuff myself right now. Have a banana, wait a couple hours, go to a yoga class for an hour and a half, go have a reasonable lunch. Today I just had tons of fruit and stuff from Whole Foods, and went back for another 3 hours of yoga. And I'm making a video and I feel fantastic.
Well, we need very little food. Everything else is just conditioning.
But I did lose weight. I did lose a significant amount of weight, like 20 pounds. That's now plateaued. It's summertime, I'm eating a little bit less, I'm a little more active, I'm going up and down, 4 pounds here, 4 pounds there. But
you look good for losing 20 pounds. You didn't lose it in a bad way.
Oh no,
it
was over a long period of time, and I wasn't doing anything different other than eating better food, higher quality food. I wasn't necessarily eating less food. Over time I started to eat less food, but it was a natural. I wasn't starving myself. I never said, no, I can't have that. Because I think with this food, you can really have as much as you want.
Yeah, pretty much.